gentlemen, what's happening? Welcome to episode 3 of Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain. That's me. You guys are listeners. Welcome back to the show, man. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I know I say it every time, but you got to understand. I appreciate you guys. I hope you appreciate me. You know what I mean? You don't have to appreciate me, but I would like it if you did. Either way, I appreciate you. It is June 23rd. I'm doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. I could be doing better. I ate a block of cheese last night, and it's weird getting older because, you know, when you meet older people, they always bring up, my body isn't like it used to be. I can't hike that mountain like I used to. I can't walk 20 feet to the corner store like I used to. And you just go, shut the fuck up, you old bastard. Just stop being a tank. The truth is, stuff does start to hurt more as you age. But they don't ever tell you what that as you age, your stomach starts to kind of bitch out on you. I mean, I will still eat the hottest, spiciest stuff you can ever imagine. That is my thing. I go to places and I do eating challenges. Not like how much you can eat. I can't do that. I don't have one of those bellies, but I do hot, spicy challenges. One of my proudest moments, there used to be a show called Man vs. Food on the Travel Channel. One of my favorite shows ever. And it was just a guy who would go around America and he'd go to different cities and there would be like an eating challenge where it was, you can't eat 5 buckets of lard. You can't eat 35 crawdaddies. And this was it. Like, you can look it up. This is the show. It's just a man going to restaurants and then being like, there's no way you can eat 10 pounds of pickles. And he goes, I'll show you I'm a real American. And then I just watched this man just gorge himself in a weird gangbang of food. It's so, there's something very porn-like. And I don't mean in like food porn sense where it's erotic. I mean in the dirty, kinky sense of porn. You know, when you watch porn, you go, I think I need to take a shower. Or you watch porn and you're like, there's not enough ways. I need to delete all the cookies. To clear the history, delete the cookies, throw this out. When you watch porn where someone gets degraded, that's what I always felt like I was watching. But I loved it because I used to be a real fat fuck and I also degraded myself with food. I never realized this until I said it out loud. Oh, you know what? When I was going through, I think I mentioned I went through a weight loss competition. I would just give my ex-girlfriend like a bag of Swedish fish. I would just watch her eat them. I was having my ex cuck me with Swedish fish. I wanted to taste them so bad. And I would like give her things to eat and just watch her eat it because I couldn't eat it. But anyway, I ate a block of cheese. I went to this store. Now, this is one of my favorite places in the world, is this old country store. That's what it's called. It's called the Old Country Store. And I go there, and it is an old country store. Upstairs is a museum just filled with old-ass shit. I love it, dude. I'm a sucker for a museum, dude. I can't tell. I've gone on many dates with women to museums, and it's not a good dating experience because I completely fucking ignore them. Completely flat out ignore the women, and I just walk around looking at stuff, reading plaques. And especially if I have a girl who just walks through. Sometimes you'll meet a woman who waltzes through a museum, and I go, no. This museum experience is a 5 to 6 hour experience, and I am reading everything. and you are going to slow the fuck down, I understand that you have a nice ass. Okay? I understand that. But I am looking at the skeleton of a mastodon right now, and I can find a lot of booties. There's a lot of booties out there. Don't often get to see a mastodon. It's a beautiful thing, fellas, you listening out there. It's a beautiful thing when you realize that sex is overrated. It is. It really fucking is. It's fun, but I have spent so much time chasing something that's wildly overrated, and it is. I will say this many times in this podcast. I've been a big fat fucking whore for many periods of my life. I'm winding down now, but I've been a whore. And I've realized it's overrated. And I remember being a kid and my dad telling me one time, I was driving him somewhere and he's drunk in the car. And he looks at me and he goes, you know what, Mike? Sex is overrated. And I was a virgin at the time, so I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. Do you know what I would do for a piece right now, Dad? Do you know how many people make fun of me for not being able to get laid? And he goes, sex is overrated, Mike. It's overrated. Honestly, a good steak is better than a good piece of puss. And I was like, Dad, at the moment I was like, you fucking old ass fuddy-duddy. You don't want to fuck mom anymore. That's all it is. You're tired of banging mom. And I get it. Okay? You've been with the same woman for a long time and you're just not doing it for you and you're tired. I get it, Dad. And then I grew up and I realized, holy shit, was he right? Holy shit. Sex is overrated. It is. I mean, when you get the right person, it's amazing. I've been hooking up with someone right now and I'm really enjoying myself. And yes, it's good. It's nice when you meet someone who clicks with you. I'm always going to be a perv and a kinkster. Let that be known. Let that be known. I know there's a weird thing going on now with a lot of comics who are getting in trouble. I will tell you flat out, there's going to be no surprises with me. There's no surprises with Mike Bain. I am a whore. I've been not anymore really, but when I'm single, I'm a whore. When I'm single, I get out there. If I'm with someone, I'm with you. You know, but when I'm single, I'm a whore. I'm very kinky, and yeah, I like raunchy. I like having fun. I like having fun. So there's going to be no surprises. I don't do anything to them people that they don't like. So I'm not worried. But anyway, he was right. It is overrated sometimes. I've shortened the process where if I think that things aren't going to go well with a woman, I'm out. I don't care. I will find another one. I value myself on a higher tier than I value you. It's not inherently because you're a woman. It's just because I like me and I'm fucking me. And that's how it works. And when you do that, you're in a position of power. I'm not here to please you. You're here to please me. And that's how I operate. And it works. And there have been times where in the olden days when I would go on a date, I've been on serious dates where you go on dates for a few hours and then you go, like for me, I streamlined the process to where if I almost always got it on the first date, and then if I didn't, I expected it by the second date. And then if I didn't believe, I would discuss that it was going to happen on the third date. I was like, are we going to do this by next date? And if the answer wasn't a yes, then it was just like, no, I'm not wasting my time. I know what I'm here for, and if you don't, then you find someone who's also confused. But I had those times where you wait, where you're going on date after date after date after date, and then you finally have sex and you go, this is like the worst blowjob ever. I could have been spending time with my family and my friends, and I've just been out listening to you. Listening to you talk to me about dolls, about American Dolls, those stupid collector's dolls that I didn't need to know about that. Why did you tell me about that? I listened. And then I finally got here and I got this and it's just like, you know, nothing. Honestly, there have been times where I've gotten laid and I was like, I would have rather gone on a roller coaster. I'd have rather waited in line to go on a roller coaster. Sometimes it's the same experience. Have you ever gone to a theme park and you wait for like 3 hours, 4 hours in a massive line in the summertime, just soaked in sweat, and then you get on the ride and it's over in a minute and 30 seconds and there was one loop and you go, what? This is how I spent my day? That's how hooking up feels a lot of the times. You know, the way you get over that, you learn how to read people. I read sexual energy, and I just read any energy very well, but dude, next time you're really gonna fight to get laid, ladies, this can apply to you too, I think. But oftentimes you can just be like, I want to have sex, and anyone will have sex with you. But just, I don't know, dude, go eat a bag of Sour Patch Kids. If you're made to work way more for it than you should, eat a bag of Sour Patch Kids and rub one out. Go, you know what, dude? Instead of putting yourself through the ringer, just take yourself out for a nice dinner. Just you. Just take yourself out for a nice steak dinner and treat you. And then smoke a nice blunt after with good weed. You know when you take weed that you shouldn't put in a blunt, that you should smoke out of a bong or a bowl, and you use it in a blunt, and you just feel so classy? You're like, ooh, look at me, smoking moon rocks in a blunt. Ooh, wow, this is gaudy. Do that, fellas. Do that. Give yourself a steak dinner, and then smoke a blunt of some fine-ass weed. You know, go home and just sensually masturbate. Don't treat yourself like the dirty whore that you know you are. You know, because most guys, that's what we do. We just get home from work and we're covered in dust. And we're like, all right, gotta do this. It's just another job. No, you light a candle. You put on some music, okay? And you find something that you enjoy, okay? You let it out. You deserve compassion and love too, buddy. I had a friend once ask me, we were single at the same time. He's a fellow ginger and a fellow perv like myself. Gingers are all fucking whores. We really are. I wish this wasn't true, but every ginger I know is just a perv and a whore and a kinky and just gets around. Every ginger I know, it really, boys and girls. I don't know. People always said it was the fire. The fire gives you the temper, and it also makes you skank. Not all gingers, but most of us. And he was saying, dude, it's getting really expensive taking women out on all these dates. He goes, how do you do it? And I go, I take them for a walk in the park, dude. Most, I take them to a cafe to get a cup of coffee. Do you taking them out for dinners? You calling chicks up you met on Tinder? And you're like, would you like to get a nice supper with me? I had a friend hit me up and he goes, dude, I took a girl out for $120 dinner and she didn't even fuck me. And I go, dude, you're a fucking sucker. Dude, $120? You spent $120 on a woman? She doesn't owe you the pussy when you do something like that for her. Let that be known. It's not owed to you when you pay for them like that. Also, more likely than not, they're doing it on purpose. I've met women who purposely will never take their wallet out, their purse out on a date because I can't tell. Almost every woman I know talks about how she just gets free meals off of Tinder. Stop being a sucker, dude. Also, okay, here's a list of dates that you don't do early on. A movie. You don't go to the movies early on. The movies is a date that you do when you've been dating somebody for a time because you don't talk at the movies, okay? When you first date someone, you're trying to feel them out and you're trying to size them up and figure out what they're doing. A movie date is something you do when you've been seeing someone for a while and you don't want to listen to their bullshit anymore. That's what a movie date is for. A movie date is, I'm going to not have to listen to you for 3 hours. That's what a movie date is. A movie date is a date is I'm going to do something with my spouse, but not actually have to do it with them. It's a nice release. I remember dating a girl I was dating to go see Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It was a British spy movie, not like James Bond. There was no action. This was just a lot of square-ass English dudes talking. And she fell asleep like 15 minutes in and was just out like a light. And I remember thinking, first I got angry because I was like, I brought you to do this. And I was like, dude, this is great. This is great. I went on a date and then I get to be like, thanks. You wouldn't do something with me. Oh, God, it was great. There's nothing better than when the person you're dating fucks up and you just get to hold it in the chamber. Like, that's unhealthy. If you really hold it to them, but it's like, I was dating a girl and she once forgot my birthday. She forgot my birthday, and I didn't care. I was waiting all day. I was so excited that she forgot. I was so happy she forgot my birthday. I would just wait in line at a Dunkin' Donuts, and finally I just look at her and I go, you know what today is? She goes, I don't know. And I go, today's my birthday. And I could see her she was mortified. We had been dating for years at this point. This was a long-term relationship. Okay, this has been over 5 years. And she was like, oh. And I just laughed in her face. And I was like, it's whatever. But later on, whenever she did something, I'd be like, do you remember when you forgot my birthday? And she goes, I never forgot it. I was just waiting till later in the day to say happy birthday. And I was like, I don't fucking care. I'm just being a prick. Because it's going to make up for all the times when I forget. I don't remember when our anniversary is. I knew it was in September. I knew the month. I don't know what fucking day. Dude, I still don't know my mom's birthday. How am I supposed to remember all this shit? There's a lot of dates out there, dude. I remember Flag Day, my parents' anniversary. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I remember he couldn't imagine I wasn't spending money on these women. And I was like, dude, why would I spend money on a complete stranger? You know, I'll get them a cup of coffee, something like that. But, I mean, I don't drink, and I don't fuck women that drink. I'm not doing what Delia's doing. So I will go to a bar or pub, but there has to be, I will tell them flat out, you can have 1 to 2 drinks. That's it. Or usually I won't even allow that. The beauty of New York City is there are a lot of cafe bars. So they can get like a beer or a glass of wine, and I can get an espresso. But, excuse me, sorry. I never understood that. I have guy friends who, these same dudes will not buy a beer for one of their friends they've known their entire lives. But they'll drop $80 on a complete fucking stranger because they want to get in their pants for 5 minutes. I remember having this conversation with a friend of mine when I just got out of a relationship and I was in a rut. You know, sometimes, here's the thing, people, you got to realize is that strength needs to be maintained. Physical, mental, emotional. Sometimes you fall. Sometimes your value as a human being falls and you allow yourself to do shitty things and be treated shitty by other people. I just got out of a relationship and I met this girl hit me up. Young thing, like 22. Smoking hot girl. off of Tinder, and she right away calls me, and she goes, yeah, I'm in a, it was in Brooklyn. I'm in a bar, and so like, what's up? Like, yeah, well, I forgot my wallet, but, you know, I've already had 3 drinks, and, you know, I just figured, the bartender said, you should get on Tinder, and I was like, oh, okay, and like me just really feeling down on my luck, because I just ended a relationship, ended like a week phase, and I called my friend, and I go, dude, should I go meet this girl? And he goes, you know she's just trying to get you to pay for a shit, and I go, I know, but, and he goes, dude, when's the last time you bought me a fucking beer? And I go, that's a good point. And he goes, fuck her. And I go, fuck her too. And I said, okay, I'm going to come by in 30 minutes. And I just blocked her phone away. Fuck you. Stop using people, okay? Get your own money. Don't go out and drink if you can't afford it. But dude, don't pay. Women, in a place like New York City, women are almost always, I've always dated women who make more money than me. I'm a comedian. Unless you're in the top tier, you're not making much money. All right? I'll go on a date with a girl who worked these fancy white-collar jobs and expect me to pay for something. And I go, look, if I like you, I'll do it. If I like you, I'll do it. But if I don't, fuck out of here. I might buy you like a burger or something. Depends on how I feel about you and when I think this is going. But 90% of the time, no, especially not on the first fucking date, dude. All right, I already said the movie was a bad one. Also, going out to an actual sit-down restaurant, that's not a good fucking date, okay? You don't want a waiter on a date. You're trying to have a conversation with someone. You're trying to figure out, okay, how does this girl get along with her dad? Because it's going to affect how she gets along with me. Relationship-wise, but more importantly, in the bedroom as well. That's one of the quick things you find out is you ask a girl, what's your relationship with your parents? And she goes, I fucking hate them. And you go, you're going to be fun. Never met a girl who's like, I love my parents, and gone, well, this sex is going to be boring. Can't wait to have missionary. Ugh. That's how it works, dude. Trauma equals kink. Pain and rough childhoods equal good in bed. Okay, that's why I pride myself. I came from a dark place. It worked out at least in one part of my life. Dude, no, because at the same time, how do you figure someone out when you're stuffing your face? Whenever I'm trying to have a conversation with someone and I'm eating, whether it's been like a business supper or something, or the few times I've done that, like on a date, the whole time I'm super self-conscious about how much I'm chewing my food. Every time I'm like, oh, I want to say something, and I've just got food shoved in my mouth. You know what? Times I've gone out on dates with girls and the waiter comes over, it's right when waiter comes over, I swear to God, I think these pricks wait. I think they wait. I'm telling you, I think it's like a rule with waiters where they all get together and they're like, you see that dude with that chick? I'm gonna ignore them for 30 minutes. They need me. They need to ask for more water because I'm a stingy fucking waiter and I've given them water once. They had to ask for water and I only brought 1 water. I didn't bring 2 waters because, I'm a prick. That's what I do. I'm the bastard of Applebee's. That's me, motherfucker. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for him to take a bite of his cheeseburger, and right when there's a pickle on his chin and he's dribbling burger juice, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna go, hey sir, do you need anything? And then I'm gonna cuck him. I'm gonna cuck him right in front of his date. He's just gonna be sitting there going, which happens to me every time. I know if you're a waiter and you're listening, let me know, because I know you guys do that on purpose. I know you do. Ugh. Good first date, good early dates. If you're getting to know someone, you take them for a walk, you go to a cafe, and you have a conversation. You figure them the fuck out. That's what you do. That's what you do, man. You got to be careful, because I've gone on dates with raging alcoholics, not knowing And I'm one of those dudes where I went on a date with this girl. And it was just like, it was a cafe near my house. And I just get a coffee. And she has like 12 fucking drinks and orders 2 bar pizzas. And I'm just not I wanted to leave after the first hour. This was just a get to know you date, just to figure out if there's anything at all. But I don't like leaving. Like, in a lot of ways, I'm old-fashioned, and I don't like leaving a woman just at a bar alone like that. Also, what if something happened to her, and I'm the last dude who saw her? When I'm with a woman, when a woman is in my company, she is my responsibility until I'm done with her. And then I walk her to her car, or I walk her to the train station. Okay, that's my responsibility as a man, is to make sure that when she's in my company, she's safe and she's looked after until she's not, and then whatever, she can be eaten by a T-Rex. That's fucking her problem at that point. No, and this woman just wouldn't leave the bar. She just kept getting fucking wrecked. And I was just sitting there going, and then karaoke started. Fucking karaoke started. And she started getting into karaoke. And she's like, do you want to do karaoke? And I want, just like, no, I want you to just fucking go home. I don't want to just leave you here. Because I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think, what if it happened to you? What if afterwards some other dude like roofied you and then I get the blame for it? I don't know. Just, shit can be scary. Take him for a walk, bro. That's why dating in the summertime is the best. Take him for a fucking walk. Take him for a hike. Yeah. Take him for a fucking hike. That's what I would like to do. If you can't go on a little hike with me, if you're just like, if you're out of breath in 5 minutes, you're going to be out of breath pretty soon in the bedroom, so. I want someone who's healthy, too. Take him for a fucking hike. Take him for a good jog. No. I know there's yuppies that go on jogging dates. There has to be. There have to be. Or those bicycle pricks. I ride a bike. I'm a bike dude. But for some reason, there are people that are just into bikes. Every city has a gentrified neighborhood where there are just people that are BIKESEXUALs, bicycle sexuals. Their sexuality is just revolving around their bikes. They're weird cyclists that are just obsessed with bikes. They act like if you drive a car, you're just a fucking awful person. They treat car people like they're fucking Nazis. They're always talking about fucking car culture. Like what? Like it's rape. Fucking car culture is gross. Like it's rape culture or something? There's every fucking town, every city that has gentrification has these people. And then they form groups where they just ride their bikes together and they only associate with other bike people. And guess what? They all fucking suck. They're all terrible people. I've met some of them. It's always about the bike. Like I was living so briefly I lived in a neighborhood in Boston called Jamaica Plain. And Jamaica Plain had been gentrified so there are 2 types of gentrifiers. There's the yuppie, which they gentrified the neighborhood I grew up in where my family's from, which is South Boston. These are like the corporate gentrifiers. They're they're the guys who spend a ton of money at the bar on useless shit and have a sales job and watch Barstool Sports. And then the girls too. Imagine the Barstool Sports yuppie. That's that type of gentrifier. And the other type of gentrifier is the $20 vegan muffin hipster. I ride my bicycle everywhere. I have sex on my bicycle. I sleep with my bicycle. I make love to my bicycle. I attach a fleshlight to my bicycle. And I call it Susan. And I attempt to impregnate it every night. I hope that we have little tricycle babies. That's the other type. And those, they all suck in their own ways. I mean, everybody sucks in their own ways. I mean, I have had gripes with both of these people for a long time. But the bike people, dude, I don't get it, man. Like, people act like dudes who ride motorcycles are awful. I don't know, man. Motorcycle guys never accuse me of having a car culture. Motorcycle guys never give you a hard time or I remember it was a blizzard in Boston, and this dude, this old fucking bike bitch, had put these supersized tires on his bike. And I mean a Boston blizzard. There's like 2 feet of snow on the ground already. He's trying to make it through. And I didn't see him in the fucking whiteout, and he's hollering at me. And I'm just, dude, I kind of hope I hit you. Like, dude, give it a rest. Give it a rest. Dude, just buy a fucking jalopy. I get it, man. I'm not a car dude. I grew up in the inner city. My whole life has been in Boston and New York City. I've owned a car for 5 months of my life. I always lived in environments where I don't need a vehicle. I would prefer not to have one. Honestly, if I can get by walking places, I would much prefer that. But dude, when I'm around bike people, I just want to buy a Humvee and just rip off the muffler. Just make it loud. You know when you're driving and you're behind like an old big rig or bus and you see the black smoke come out and you're in traffic on a hot day and you realize this is going to come through my vents in my AC and I'm going to breathe this in. But you can't turn off the AC because it's too hot. You just prepare yourself for you prepare yourself for that. Oh, man. I mentioned D'Elia earlier. It looks like that. I mentioned it on the last episode. It looks like he's getting in worse trouble. So, yeah, it looks like I got to revise some of stuff I said about him. I still think Chris is just trying to have sex with you when you're 19, 18, 21. I don't know. You can say, hey, I don't, not my thing if watching a guy in his... I think that it's weird for a dude who's in his 50s to try and bang a 19-year-old. Yeah, there's something... Yeah, but do I want to... I don't want the guy canceled for it, and I'm not going to... I don't think he should go to jail. I just think it's weird. There's something about that I'm not a fan of. If I had a daughter and she was dating a guy with a large age gap over her, I would fucking do something about it. I think more about the fact that I want to be a dad, and I gotta play this right when it comes to daughters, because daughters, if you're too strict, they rebel and they become whores. If you're not strict enough, they become whores. It's just, dude, being a dad's fucking tough. You got a real Goldilocks zone of, if you're too strict, they run off the rails. Like, they fucking explode and they bang every dude you told them not to. And then if you're not strict enough, they don't grow up with a positive, authoritative male role model in their life, and they date fucking bitch boy leeches. So you gotta, Earth is in a Goldilocks zone. Earth is in a specific zone in our solar system. That's what you have to do with your daughters. You gotta get them in the perfect stability, but not too draconian zone, because otherwise you're fucked. You're fucked. And I'm the sort of dude who, if my daughter was dating somebody I didn't approve of, I would, and he came over my house, I would show him a gun. I would invite him into a room and I would show him a gun and I would say, this is what you're gonna have to. I would say, how badly do you want to date my daughter? Like 9mm badly? And I think if you're a dude who doesn't do that to protect your family, you're a fucking bitch, dude. Fucking protect your blood, bro. Anyway, but it seems like canceling. D'Elia did. I'm seeing it's looking worse and worse. So I can't support you if you're being a dirtball, bro. That's on you. I don't want to support people that are actively being predators. I didn't know there's rumors. I always knew that guy didn't drink or get high. He wasn't sober. He was straight edge. But apparently, there's a lot of rumors that he's hooking up with people after shows who have been drinking, and that's fucking gross. I remember when I got sober, I would tell guys I can't meet women in bars, and they're like, oh, dude, what you do is you get a soda water and put a lime in it, and then just don't tell them what it is. Or tell them it's a vodka or whatever. And I go, dude, I don't want to fuck drunk women, you asshole. I'm not a fucking monster, dude. I don't want to fuck women who aren't right in the head or altogether there. That's just, what do you think of me? Why do you think, I know I'm a crass individual. I come off as a very fucking gutter individual, but I'm not a monster, dude. I'm not trying to do that. Also, drunk sex is fucking gross. Nothing attractive to me about a drunk woman. It's fucking foul. If I can't get you with all your faculties, I don't want you. Okay? I'm not trying to hunt the gazelle that's got a limp. Okay? I want the big one. If I'm gonna climb a fucking mountain, I like strong women in their mental and emotional prime. That's what I get off on. Is if I'm conquering, if I'm gonna climb a fucking mountain, I want Everest. I'm not climbing a fucking 2K. Just, oh, that was a nice little jaunt. No, I want the strong one, okay? I'm not here to fucking get weak people or take advantage of them in their weakness. But that's some weird shit. And it's a lot of... Dude, cancel culture has entered its final fucking form, dude. Like, we're canceling fucking statues. Get the fuck out of here, dude. They're statues. They've been there for a while. None of them are fucking good. What do you fucking want? Okay? You don't like other people's statues? Fine. Make your own fucking statues. There's a lot of statues of people I don't like. Do you think I would be happy as an Irish American to see an Oliver Cromwell statue? But if I go to England, it's gonna fucking be there. So what? It's their fucking country. Erect your own fucking statues. Create. If you want to create, I'm all there with you. It's very easy to destroy. It's very easy to destroy. It's very easy to be the Hun before the gates of Rome, seeking to destroy what you have no desire to create. So, also, dude, women is trying to cancel Joe Rogan, and mostly what I think that is my friend CJ Brown told me this. People wanted to cancel Rogan because he shit on face masks. Dude, get off your fucking high horses. If someone doesn't want to wear a mask, eat a dick. You don't get to control other people. You just don't. Welcome to adulthood. People do stuff that you don't want them to do, and you deal with it. You shut the fuck up and you mind your goddamn business. And if you don't like it, don't go outside. That's how it works. You shame me for not wearing a mask. I don't fucking care. Take a picture of me. I would love it if someone just videoed me. This man doesn't wear a mask. I fucking free publicity, bro. But then mostly, CJ said women want to cancel Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan is something their boyfriends like, and they hate what their boyfriends like. And that's the truest fucking statement I've ever heard. Women love to hate what their boyfriends like. They do. They really, when a woman's boyfriend gets to go out with his guys and just be a fucking dude, they hate that because they're afraid that he's going to have fun again and he's going to realize how miserable he is in his fucking relationship and he's going to fucking leave him and they're going to lose control. That's how it works. I've been, and guys will sometimes do it too. Guys will just hate shit girls like just to hate it. Like, guys, is Call Her Daddy an intelligent fucking podcast of substance? No. Are the women who listen to it completely hypocritical in their feminism? Yes. But fuck it, dude. It's not for us. It ain't for us. And I've done that. I used to hate on boy bands when I was younger, just to hate on them. And whatever. Just let women like what they want to fucking like, dude. Don't be that dude. Dude, one of the cuntiest things I've ever done. I went over to my mom's house, and I turned on her TV, and she had DVR'd the royal wedding. And I hated so much that women liked the royal wedding. I felt like it was just hypocritical on so many levels. I hate this princess ideology that women are raised with. I just hate it. I did. I don't hate it anymore. It's not for me. I'm a guy. I'm not a woman. It's not my place to get it. But I hated it, and I trashed it, and I was like, well, number one, Ma, we're Americans. We had a revolution to get away from this, and two, we're Irish Americans. Like, these people, this is the fucking royal family that helped worsen the Irish fucking famine, or that have refused independence for our country, why would you ever fucking watch this? And so I just deleted it. I deleted it, and she came home, and she was so upset, and I felt like such a piece of shit. Like, I remember she almost cried. And I was like, Mike, don't fucking do this, you bum. I had a girl do it to me. I was dating a girl, and I was watching the Red Sox in the World Series, and they won. And right when they won, I started cheering. It was just me home alone in my apartment with my girl, and she turned off the TV. She's turned the fucking TV off just to be a bitch. And I wanted to throw her out a fucking window. And I was like, why are you doing this? Why do you hate that I get something to enjoy? Why? That's what women feel about Joe Rogan for men. They just don't want you to have a place where you can listen to dudes say dude fucking shit. Okay? Women hate the idea that men have locker room talk. And we do. And it's fucking vile. It's oh God. There's nothing better than getting with a group of fucking dudes and just fucking saying what you want to say. And you have no idea, women. None. And you're like, when we get together with the ladies, nothing. I've hung out with chicks. I've seen them in the national. Nothing compared to, I won't even mention 1% of the shit we say. Because it is cancel shit on cancel shit on cancel shit. And it's what we do, and it's what we're supposed to do. Okay? That's what men are supposed to fucking do. You gotta have your space, bro. You gotta have your space with your gender, where you feel comfortable. You can't, because otherwise you just dump it on each other. We're not supposed to be around each other that much. There are aspects of manhood that women shouldn't see, and there are aspects of womanhood that I shouldn't see, like childbirth. I shouldn't know what a placenta looks like. No, if I will be there to watch that happen. If I wouldn't just leave the woman alone if my woman had a baby. Would not do that. But as I was saying, dude, cancel culture has ended its final fucking form because people are getting, dude, you know what's weird? Because, celebrities and entertainers are always trying to get canceled. But the beauty, people can't cancel somebody like Joe Rogan because he built his own fan base and it drives him nuts. You can't take what is created. And these people don't understand that because they've never created anything. They've always just been given something by a network or by, they shit on the systemic power structure of entertainment, but everything they have was given to them by that structure. These are, cancel people have never created their own network, their own fan base, their own anything, and they're never good at what they do. If you're in a field and you cancel people, you suck at that field. That's how you know someone isn't good at that field. Because they can't produce anything of value, but they still want people to pay attention to them, so that's what they do. They destroy other people, okay? Men will do this with other guys. Like I remember hanging out with a guy who did this, who when we were in front of women, he would try and bring me down instead of bringing himself up. Instead of him just being a better person, he just wanted to sit here at his hunk of shit level, and he would try and just, I remember one time I was hanging out with a girl, and he goes, "Hey, Mike, remember when you fucked that stripper in Providence?" And I go, "Oh, thanks, dude. Just thank you, you fucking dickbeard." And he was trying to bring me down instead of bringing himself up. And that's what cancel people are. They're people who want to bring other people down because they don't have the courage and the strength and the work ethic to bring themselves up. Trying to cancel fucking Judy Garland. Fucking Judy Garland. Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Because she did blackface in a movie in the 1930s when she was 15. If you're an actor in the 30s and you didn't do blackface, you didn't fucking work, man. That was like fucking 30% of the roles, dude. Give her a fucking break. She was a dude. If you try and take The Wizard of Oz from me, I will fuck you up. You fucking touch The Wizard of Oz, you fucking bitch-ass motherfuckers. God damn, dude. Like, stop. You can't hold... Look, if you want to admit that someone did something that isn't You cannot hold people from the past to today's standards, okay? It doesn't work, okay? I'm sorry. There are certain actions that are truly awful that were never really, like butchering other people. Yeah, that was one of the commandments. Thou shalt not kill. That one's been around for a while, okay? That one. Don't you fucking take Wizard of Oz from me, all right? A little fact here. Some of you may not know this, but the Wizard of Oz, largely theorized, was that Frank Baum wrote the Wizard of Oz as a political allegory for the presidential campaign of William Jennings Bryan. So William Jennings Bryan was a senator from the late 19th century United States. He ran during a recession in the late 1800s, and he ran twice, and he ran on a platform of reforming the gold standard to either a silver standard or a gold and silver standard, because silver was more ubiquitous than gold. It's lower on the periodic table. It's more common in the universe as an element. And he wanted to make it a silver-based system because it would have meant there was more money, there was more fiat currency in the market, in the economy, because at that time our amount of money was limited to the amount of gold the government had. And so as the population grew, there was more people, but still the same amount of money. So it gained more value. And at this time, a lot of farmers had been fucked over in mortgage schemes. It seems to be a recurring thing, doesn't it, in America? And they had mortgaged their farms. And they felt they were not only paying interest on loans, but they were paying a double interest because money was becoming more scarce and harder to get. And so Jennings Bryan wanted to make more money basically by using the silver standard, and he wanted to break the backs of some bankers. Now, when Frank Baum wrote The Wizard of Oz, he wrote it as an allegory because Dorothy grew up in Kansas, in a state that was being heavily affected. Farmers, just like Dorothy in Kansas, were being affected by this recession. These were William Jennings Bryan's core voters. Now, Dorothy goes to a place where, in Oz, there is a wicked witch of the East and the West to represent the evil bankers of the East and West coasts of America. The Scarecrow represented the rural poor who didn't have the brain power to not get caught up in the mortgage scheme by the bankers of the East and West coasts. The Tin Man represented the urban proletariat, the factory workers who didn't have the heart to stand with their rural brothers. And the Lion represented the political class who didn't have the courage to stand up for the poor against the bankers. The Yellow Brick Road, well, it's pretty self-evident. It is the gold standard road that leads to the Emerald City, Washington, D.C., a city of opulence. And the Wizard, a man who rules by smoke and mirrors, but at the end of the day has no true authority, the President of the United States. The true power was the bankers, was the wicked witches. And the shoes that Dorothy wore, her ruby red slippers, they were silver. They were only ruby red in that movie to utilize Technicolor. Dorothy's slippers were silver. They were silver slippers. In the novel and the early plays, they were silver. Because the silver standard took Dorothy back home to Kansas. It's a little known fact. There you go. I told you I would teach you guys stuff on this podcast. Now you know. So when you hear people complaining about The Wizard of Oz, realize that that's not just a children's story, man. It's an allegory for the evil of fucking corrupted bankers and how they utilize our government. Dude, well, I've been doing this for a while. I had a question. Okay, here's my question. How do you get through Father's Day if you have a shitty dad? It's funny, man. I'm assuming that maybe the person who wrote this knows my relationship with my dad. Maybe they have a shitty relationship too, because this is the first year I spoke with my father on Father's Day. first year I spoke with my father on any holiday in probably 6 to 7 years. It's been a while. My father's alcoholic. Like father, like son, baby. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but unlike me, my father hasn't gotten sober, and unlike me, he never will. And that's an unfortunate part of addiction, is sometimes you just realize that when you get sober, the first thing they teach you is this. Not everyone recovers from addiction. Most people don't. That's something you have to come to terms with. Here's what I'll say to you about your shitty dad. I don't know how shitty he was, so it's hard for me to say. This is what they kind of teach you in Al-Anon when you deal with an addict, and this is just good for dealing with any relationship in general. Sometimes people can't or won't change. You can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. Okay, whatever problem he has, maybe he treats you like shit, maybe he's unhealthy, I don't know. Here's what you got to do. You have to accept him for the way he is. If you want a relationship with him. If you want, you can either just have no relationship, or you can accept him for the way he is with all his flaws. And just take him at that. You don't need him to be something greater than that. Just let him be what he is. But if you're in a relationship with someone, or a family member, whatever, just not romantic, but any relationship, and they act like a hunk of shit. They do shitty things. Let's say they're an addict. Like, take my situation. Let's say they get blackout drunk and act like an idiot. If you get angry about that, it's on you. You have to just be at peace with it. You can't get angry over shit you can't fucking change, man. So you either accept that they're gonna be the way they are, you accept that in its entirety, or you just say fuck it. You make peace with it. That's the choice you have to make. If you want them in your life. I know Father's Day sucks when you don't have someone to message, and I know the holidays suck, because I've been there. It really fucking sucks. Also, I don't know, like if your dad touched you inappropriately, fuck him, don't talk to him. If your dad just didn't go to your Little League game, cut him some fucking slack. Because I've met a lot of people in stand-up comedy that are like, I had a really bad dad, and then they tell you, and it's just like, your dad was just emotionally unavailable. Shut up, you fucking bitch. Go talk to someone who has real problems, okay? Like, there's a lot of stuff. My dad did a lot of shitty things, and for periods of my life felt like a living fucking hell. And I've forgiven him for everything, for my own sake and for his, because I don't want to be a person filled with hate. But there are also things he did that I understand. He was trying to do what was right. He was trying to raise me to be strong in a way he thought was right. And in reality, just kind of... And truth is, some of it really worked. It hurt through the working, or it could have been done in a better way. And I've had empathy for that he was a guy whose dad died when he was 15. And I had to fucking kind of figure it out all on his own. So my thing is, give him some room to work. If he's really been shitty, hold him to it. Either don't celebrate the holiday, just do whatever. Or, if you want to reach out, reach out. You shouldn't have to be pressured into doing that. You don't have to associate with others if you don't want to. When you get to a certain point in your adult life, you get to choose the relationships you have. And that even includes family. At the end of the day, I'm very big into family. Family is unfucking breakable. Family is blood. You don't fuck with that. So I will give more leeway with my family, but certain things that, you don't have to put up with. That's what I have to say about that. Accept that he's going to be a hunk of shit, and act accordingly. If you can't change him, you can't change him. And either take them in small increments, the way they are, and don't get angry about it, because getting angry about it doesn't fix you. They're not going to change. We'll just change you, You can cancel your dad. Oh, shit. We've entered the final form of cancellation, baby. This is it. This is fucking the final Super Saiyan form. This is like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. That's what cancellation has gotten to. It's final fucking form. We're at a point where we're at a point where plumbers are getting canceled for having the wrong political opinions on Facebook. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? We're getting to the point where we're canceling landscapers. Who the fuck are you that your delivery boy has to share the same politics as you? You fucking bastard. I don't care if my plumber is a good fucking person. Just to the point that he doesn't steal my shit when he's in my house. Okay? I care if he can unclog my fucking toilet. That's all I care about, dude. Why are we so obsessed with everyone having to be a paragon of virtue? People aren't all good. There is no perfect person. That's what I don't get about cancellation, is where you're canceling people for stuff they did when they were younger, even when they've reformed. The point, no one is perfect. No one. You never get to a point of perfection. You never get to a point of total goodness. You're always going to be good and bad. I've done good things. I've done fucking shitty things. I've helped people. I've hurt people. I like to think I'm at a point in my life where I genuinely help more than I hurt. I like to think that, and that I'm more positive than negative. But I've done shitty things. I've been a shit person sometimes. It is what it is, dude. Why? The whole point of life, you can't be born perfect. You don't just have a straight moral compass at the age of 8. And I'm watching grown-ass adults try and cancel 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds because they said something racially insensitive. And they're trying to get them expelled from school. How does that solve that problem, man? How does that encourage that person to be a better person? It doesn't. It only encourages them to double down on their belief system. My issue with cancel culture is you've done something bad, we're going to try and ship you to a fucking island, but you can't. We're just going to try and remove you from your ability to survive in society. Those people don't disappear. They're still here. And they're getting fucking angry if you don't allow them an avenue for redemption. These same people who think that prisons should be about reforming human beings and not punishing them, throw that idea out the window when it comes to canceling fucking 16-year-olds. The point of being a human is to become better over time, is to evolve, is to constantly be evolving. And if you were born perfect and virtuous and righteous, then there is no room to ever evolve, and you're not living the human experience, and you don't actually have a soul. You're just fucking Jesus. Dude, like, it's weird that liberals now want everyone to be as perfect as fucking Jesus. You're worse than the fucking conservatives now, dude. Get off your fucking high horses. People say fucked up shit. They make fucking mistakes. People are often, you know, I think it's weird when cancel culture also doesn't cancel people they like Jimmy Kimmel, fucking Justin Trudeau, wore blackface, but their careers aren't gone. Why? Because, we're on the same team, so you get a fucking free pass. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm not canceling my fucking plumber. It's so weird to watch, like, what, we're canceling fucking Wendy's employees? We're canceling people from fucking McDonald's? Get the fuck out of here. Go get some fucking therapy. Because if you're out there trying to cancel other people and make other people lose their jobs, you're a miserable prick who lives a miserable life. And you don't have control over yourself and your own destiny. And in order to feel better about that, you try and take things from other people because it gives you a sense of control over another person. Okay? And as I said before, that's something that I lived. Because my father didn't have control over his life. He didn't feel like he did. But he had control over his wife, his kids, and his dogs. So he controlled the fuck out of us. And it backfired immensely. Okay? For those of you out there struggling to cancel other people, you don't feel like you have control. And I've met you people, and you don't really. You're not in control of yourselves. Because most of all, you're in no way in control of your emotions. You are the most emotional people I've ever met in my life. And there's also, like, there's a dude, saw a video of this dude who, like, this is what's going to happen now. This dude, black dude, has a video where a woman cut him off and flipped him off, and he followed her home, which, dude, fucking let it go. I've had car rage, man. I have had car rage. I have been there. I think we all have had that point where we're not having a good day, someone cuts us off, and we're like, if I had a gun in this car, I'd be using it. There have been times when someone cut me off, and I go, dude, I'm gonna fucking eat your kids. I'm gonna go Mike Tyson. You ever seen that painting? Saturn eating his child? Look it up. It's an old painting. It's about Roman mythology based off of Greek mythology. Saturn is the Roman version of the Greek Titan Kronos, the Titan of time. It's where the root word Kronos comes from. Or crone. Crone is a prefix for time, as you'll realize. And Kronos would eat his children. He's the father of Zeus and all the other gods. And as you come to realize, Greek titans are a lot like hamsters and gerbils. Sometimes they just eat their kids. But this dude followed this lady home. She freaked out because he's videotaping her license plate, and he's like, and the lady knows he's going to try and cancel her. And that's a scary thing, because in today's environment, if someone tries to put you on the cancel list, they threaten to come to your house and vandalize your shit and burn your shit down, and the cops aren't fucking helping you because the cops are scared. Not everyone has a gun yet, and most people are still, we're at that point yet where Americans are afraid to kill people coming to their homes. They won't be very soon. They won't be very soon, and those of you who keep fucking with that, I suggest, I met these people when I started doing comedy who would just run their mouths, and I go, no one's punched you in the face. You've never experienced real violence. And a lot of these people, they haven't experienced real violence, and when it comes, you're not going to be fucking ready for it. So I would tell you to chill the fuck out. You show up at someone's house, expect them to come out fucking blasting, dude. And the lady's freaking out. And I was like, and he's like, why'd you flip me off? And then at one point, like 10 minutes in, he goes, oh, why'd you call me the N-word? And I'm like, you fucking cocksucker. I know you were like, I'm just going to throw this in here. Because obviously there's no proof. There's no proof that this lady did this. And then I started looking into it, and apparently this guy has done this before. You know, his handle is wipe, W-Y-T, white. That's what they write as white people, P-I-P-O, white people hate. So obviously he doesn't fucking like white people. He's obviously racist towards white people, at least to some degree. And he's been doing this to other people too. Like, people just piss him off. It's kind of a good scam, I gotta be honest. And he just goes, oh, why'd you call me the N-word? And then the person's life is fucking over. Like, can you imagine? We're gonna get to that point where someone just goes to Subway and they walk outside and they open up their sandwich, they bite it and go, this doesn't have pickles on it. I asked for fucking pickles. I asked for pickles. And he's just going to walk in there with his phone, go up to the the dude working the counter at Subway, and just be like, why'd you call me the N-word, dude? And dude's just like, what the fuck? Dude, if we don't rein this thing in, that's what we're going to be at. We're just going to be... Every fucking shitty Yelp and Airbnb review is just going to be, this person's racist. And that word racist has been destroyed at this point. Real racists are happier than a pig in shit. Because now people who are in no way racist are being called racist. And not only does that bring them over to the real racist side, not only does that bring them into their fold, but it dilutes the word and its meaning. Same thing with white supremacists. There are actual white supremacists out there. An 80-year-old lady who just wants to vote for fucking Trump is not a fucking white supremacist inherently because of her political ideology. And if you think she is, well, shit, man, I don't know what to tell you. I think you're beyond redemption. You don't repair a world by trying to alienate and block people off from it. If you don't like someone's content, don't fucking consume it. That's what I'll tell you. If I go to an ice cream parlor, I once went to an ice cream parlor and they had pickle flavored ice cream. That's fucking gross. That's fucking disgusting, and it's wrong. It is morally reprehensible to serve pickle ice cream. But if you want to eat pickle ice cream, that's your choice. So I'm not going to get pickle ice cream canceled from the menu. Do I think it's okay? No, I don't. But that ice cream isn't for me. Peppermint chocolate chip is for me. I hope you guys are doing well. This was a good one, man. I had fun. And I hope you had fun listening. And thank you. Thank you once again. Please rate, subscribe, like, give me how many ever stars, all of it. Once again, guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. And please, write in again. Write in. Send me, what do I got? I have a new email for it is the GYAT podcast at gmail.com. That's the Get Your Act Together. GYAT podcast at gmail.com. Email me if you have any questions. Or just like I said, if I will answer, I have some that I will use that are not so good. I will answer fucking any question you give me. Honestly. If you ask me a question, unless it's truly, if it's something you're trying to get me to say to get me fucking canceled, then I won't fucking do it. But other than that, I'm not. GYAT podcast at gmail.com. Send me your fucking questions. Same thing with, just hit me up on any social media, at Mike Bain Comedy, across the board. Hit me up. Ask me whatever. Ask me any fucking question. If I can help you, I can. To the person with your shitty daddy, I'm sorry that you're having a rough Father's Day. I've been there. It's tough. You have to choose whether or not you want this person in your life, and then act accordingly. And you can accept them on your terms, where you just interact when you want to interact. That's something that you can do. It's something that I do. Okay? Something I got caught up in was this. I used to get angry because I told myself, fathers are supposed to do this. They're supposed to do this to be good fathers, and they're supposed to do this to treat their wives and their kids correctly. And here's the harsh reality. No one's supposed to be anything. We just want them to be. I can say a father is supposed to take care of their kids. They're supposed to not abuse their kids. But you and I all know that there are millions, if not over 1 billion fathers around this world who abuse and don't take care of the people they love. And they're still fathers. So get rid of the word supposed to be. Throw it out your fucking lexicon. Get it out of your vernacular. And just accept it. No one's fucking perfect. It's not wrong, and you're not bad to have a flawed fucking family. We all got it. Everyone I fucking know has an addict in their family. Everyone I know has a fucked up family member. It's part of life. If you really want to make amends or fix that, be a dad and be the best fucking dad you can be. Now, that's what I hope to be someday. Peace and love, you motherfuckers.